All right, so now we're back with Adam and Eve, and we're in this beautiful garden. I could just imagine. Beautiful garden, and garden, many things grow in the garden. And that's very symbolic, being in the garden because many things grow. You have Adam and Eve in the garden, and of course, you have this snake, right? And God specifically told them not to eat of, we're going to say, the forbidden object, right? Because there are some discrepancies, whether it was the fruit, whatever it was, Adam and Eve was not supposed to eat of it because they weren't supposed to understand and know, right, that they were naked. And so, guess what? God, who is the supervisor over the whole earth, left, right? God says, if I can trust you over a little bit, that little bitty guard, he says, then I can multiply. And to make a long story short, a snake, right? In the Bible, talk about the snake. But God says the symbolization of a snake is anyone who despises evil, anyone who is um, very sneaky. A snake, it says a snake came and tricked, right? Eve and Adam. Now we would think that the man, right, wouldn't be tricked, but the snake, the word temptation comes where the snake did in fact trick Adam and Eve. And because of the trickery, they disobeyed God, and God came back and was looking for them, and they began to hide themselves or try to hide themselves. We're unable to hide from God. You can be as fast as you want, but God is going to find us. And they began to hide from God, and God asked them, basically, who told you that you were naked? You know. And so, to make a long story short, when we think about this, we think about just what, in every aspect of our lives, God sees and He knows. God understands. And there's nothing under the sun that God doesn't know about. There's nothing that we could do to hide anything from God. And with that analogy, right, because of the temptation and sin in the garden, we have yet to have eternal life on earth. We have eternal life with God. And so God says that obedience is the way to go. And we talk about obedience because there are many different things that occur in the world that causes individuals to go into a phase of, I have to defend myself. I have to make sure that I'm okay, which that is true. But we just serve a God who is bigger and who is better and who can take care of us and see us through no matter what's going on in the world. God always takes care of His children. And when we look at this story and we find that a snake tempted Adam and Eve, we realize that if a snake can do that, then what about people? The people that we deal with on a daily basis. And one of the questions that I ask in here is what would have happened if Adam and Eve were obedient to God? Well, we would have had eternal life on earth, right? That's one thing. And we could just infer and we can predict what may have occurred if Adam and Eve were obedient. So I want you to think about yourself. How would your life be different if your heart was made better? Create in me a clean heart, O Lord, renew in me the right spirit. That's something that we ask God all the time. Let's talk about that in just a second.